Hi, wonderful special education staff of Roaring Fork School District. Tara here, special education coordinator. Just wanted to say I miss you guys and hope you're all doing well. Many of you have reached out over the last couple weeks discussing some challenges that you are having regarding some communication with our culturally and linguistically speaking families. So this presentation is to hopefully support you develop some communication strategies with those families during our online remote learning platform. The objective is to increase effective communication and build your capacity to reach all families. The outcomes of this is to allow you to identify some resources and or strategies that may work for you and your individual student and their family, as well as begin building a communication system that you feel confident in today. Before we begin, I know as a parent and as a teacher and as a professional and person, I don't take enough time for myself. So for the next 30 seconds, I want you to listen to this beautiful music and watch these beautiful trees and take some deep breaths and just center your mind. Thank you for participating. Our agenda today is to talk about why are we talking about this and why is this important, as well as to talk about 3 different effective communication strategies, develop some scheduling and organizational tools that you can provide families to support them through this online platform, as well as some links to resources and contact information to continue your growth. The why. The most important thing to remember is that we're in this together and this is all new for everyone. Never done anything like this before. I hope to never do it again, but this is the reality that we're living in. And the most important thing that we can do is work together to find individual solutions to help our families. Regardless of the academics, it is the number one priority of the Roaring Fork School District is the health and happiness of your family and your students' families and everyone that you're around. Now we're going to talk about some effective communication strategies that have been developed over the course of this remote learning platform. The number one thing that we can do is build your relationships through one-on-one contact. We need to ask our families, what is their preferred method of communication? Is it email? Is it phone? Is it videos? Is it letters home? And then follow through with what they are asking you to do. We also have some translation apps that we've been using that have been really successful. One of them that I've really liked is called the Talking Points app. Here is a link to that app here that you can research and download on your phone. Also, videos with closed captions in home language also provide another resource so that parents can hear your presentation and hear your information, but also in their home language. Let me show you an example here. In this presentation, what you're going to do is press the settings, go to subtitles. You can either choose English, Spanish, or auto-translate. If you choose auto-translate, there is a plethora of different languages that you can use to support your communication. And that will be provided to the people in your home language. Second strategy is to remember to access your resources. Collaborate with your team. Your team has different strengths and different rapport with the individual families that you are serving. Make sure you leverage those people. We can't do everything ourselves, and we need to make sure we work together to support every student. We want to ensure that we're providing all school information in home language, regardless if that's an email or content curriculum. We want to make sure that they're getting it in their home language. We also want to make sure we're utilizing our community resources. We have amazing resources in our community that I will touch base upon later. And this is one of the places that we can really get some guidance and get some support on how to access the families in our community. We have certified translators on staff to support you every day, so make sure you use them so that you can communicate effectively with everybody on your caseload. Also, is technology or paper-based more important for your family? How can we build the connection between home and school effectively? And we need to start by asking them and going back to strategy number 1 and building relationships with families. The third strategy, and most important, I feel, is keep it simple. We need to prioritize our workload. A lot of parents are calling me and saying too much, too much, too much. What is the most important thing for our students to learn, and prioritize that and keep it simple? We also need to provide support for scheduling and organization. A lot of parents call me and they say they don't even know where to begin. So we can provide them some intervention tools on how to organize and support their student throughout this remote learning format. Consistency is key. And if you are going to schedule a regular Google Hangout or provide supports for students, then we need to continue that. Many parents say that opportunity for that support and the different face to talk to provides their student motivation to continue to do online remote learning, because let's be honest, this is hard, but they love seeing us. Over the course of the last couple weeks, many of you have created some different intervention tools for scheduling and organization that I'm going to talk about here. There's a moderate intervention and intensive intervention. Depending on the student and their family that you're working with, one might work better than the other. The moderate intervention is a simple Google Doc that provides a table, as described here, where we have the list of classes, we have a link to their Google Classroom, a link to the Google Hangouts and their office hours for the teachers, as well as a list of assignments with links, and a list of due dates, and a running record if they completed the assignment or not. This really helps prevent the back and forth of trying to find a Google Classroom, trying to find the assignment. Instead, it's all in one place for the student and the parents, and it's easier to navigate. The nice thing is too is that we can copy and paste tables from the previous weeks so that we don't have to create them over and over again. Some students who have pretty significant executive functioning skills also would benefit from an intensive intervention using Google spreadsheets like this. This is color-coded with times, also provides you Google Meet links, Google Classroom links, and then each of the classes are listed here. We can look at weeks and then each of the assignments listed here, and we can link the assignment. That way it does really help parents and students navigate where they need to go without having to go into the Google Classroom and find the assignments that could be buried deep inside the stream. Some students really benefit from a weekly and daily agenda. So here we can provide times and different color codes on when they might do an assignment. For example, at 10 o'clock, they might always want to do social studies. At 11, they might always want to complete some wood tech assignments. This schedule is actually matched up with the schedule here and teachers' access time. So for example, if a student is working on social studies and they have some questions, they can go over to their homework planner and then click on the Google Meet link because their teacher is going to be available at that time. So this is pretty intensive, and depending on your student, you kind of have to talk to the families and see which one works best. Please let me know if you want access to one or both of these so that you can show them to your family. Resources and contact information. There is so much out there, kind of too much if you just start Googling. So I went through and I provided a list of links and resources that I would think would best fit the needs for this particular CLDE population. The Roaring Fork School District already provides a plethora of information, and also the Colorado Department of Education. One thing that I've recognized as well over the last couple weeks is that students who use Google Calendar, the parents actually don't understand YouTube or Google Calendar. So here's a YouTube tutorial that provides some information on how to use YouTube Google Calendar. We also have a couple of links, Color in Colorado and United Voices, that provide some separate advocate groups to support people in the CLDE population. United Voices is actually a group created here in the community by one of our Board of Education members and a previous Basalt High School graduate to support Latino families in the Roaring Fork Valley. Please feel free to call or email me at any time. If you have any questions about this presentation or anything else, then please call me. All that information is listed here. Here's also a link to the Roaring Fork School District so that you can access anything that might have been missed in this presentation. The most important thing is I want you to remember is that we are Roaring Fork Valley Strong and we're in this together. It can seem overwhelming as a parent and worker and person myself. Sometimes we forget to get away from the tech. And my number one recommendation is to get outside. And please remember always that the health and happiness of all of our families, including yours, is the number one priority of Roaring Fork School District. Thank you, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.